next song we have on the list for a discussion of some sort is the song Short Wire.
Fuse.
Short Wire Fuse. But yeah, so the song was called Short Wire. We came up with it in the early days. I think this was like third or second song after Ramblings. I think, yeah, after Ramblings. And we were originally going to go with the single, but due to the lyrical content of the song and the state of the world right now, I don't think people want to see a school like shooting music video. So we decided not to use it as a single. And it's another one of those cases where like the early days were like, wow, this is it was a really good song that we made at the time. So we thought it would be like a single as well. So it was considered, but due to the logistics and all that stuff, I don't think it would do very well as a single. But I just remember we came up with it in the garage. And I think I came up with that original riff at church as well. It's DJ push notifications over here.
That's actually not my fault.
That's me.
Oh, damn.
That was my turn for that title.
DJ push notifications over here. And what do we call it? I came up with that. It was during the time back then where before the service would start, I would just be messing around on the guitar and stuff like that. And I just remember like playing it and showing it to like the other two guitar players that used to be there. That's like how long ago it was, probably like 2016, 2017, when I came up with that little so that little piece came from just those early mornings. Like every time I would just keep playing it over and over again. Then I brought it to him. And then what'd you think?
Before intermission, I actually thought this was going to be the instrumental. Because while we were like writing it, I kept saying to myself, there's no way you can put words to this. That riff, that riff that I had, I was just like, how are you gonna sing over this? I can't hear anything. So for a while, I was like, this is our instrumental.
Damn.
And I mean, the song's really cool. I like it a lot. The clean part in the middle was one of those where it was kind of odd how I came up with it. I just grabbed my acoustic and I just kind of played what I thought would kind of fit. That's pretty much it. The ending's cool. I like the ending a lot. The fast variation of the main riff, that's really fun to play. That's cool.
Shout out to System of a Down for that one, because it sounds like that one part in Toxicity. But I'll go. How does it go? How do we do it? So it kind of has that same rhythm. So yeah, but I really like System of a Down. So I really enjoyed that part. That's probably how I came up with that little piece.
I thought the main riff, your main riff, it was very Judas Priest, kind of like new wave British heavy metal type beat stuff. That's what I liked about it. It gave me like those like 80s metal vibes, kind of, because they use a lot of like open A stuff. It's it's kind of like overdone nowadays, but if you can make it work, I feel like we made it work really well.
Yeah. And then, there was another thing I was going to bring up when it came to Short Wire. What was it? Oh, yeah, your riff. The you said it, I didn't know you thought it was going to be an instrumental. That was like literally, it's just kind of like Let Me Rock, where that riff is the reason that I have a verse. Because I didn't think I was going to write over that little piece, but then I did end up writing over that piece, but later. But that little, so Let Me Rock is another example. I wasn't originally going to sing over the bar chord version, but then the
Do you remember why it was called Short Wire?
Oh, yeah. Because we wrote it on this Dean guitar that he sold back to Sam Ash. But this Dean guitar it was a V-neck one, and it had like Satan on it or something, or Baphomet, or like a goat's head or something with like the upside down thing on it. But I just remember writing it on there in this Dean guitar, and the reason it was called Short Wire coincidentally was because the wire that I was connected to was like 3 feet.
It was really small, dude. It was small wires, literally like that.
And every time I moved around to like show Hector the thing, I was like almost pulling the wire off the amp. So we just thought short wire, and then from there, we also grabbed another picture, or grabbed another piece of paper, like kind of like how we wrote ramblings. We grabbed another piece of paper. I think it's up there too. We grabbed another piece of paper. We grabbed a white piece of paper, and I remember writing on red pen, and we would just write stuff on red pen, and we were just writing a bunch of shit. But like because of short wire. Because of that idea of short wire, like we're like, oh, short wire fuse, like, you know, how somebody's like has a temper, like you can just set them off like quick. So then, yeah, that's when the lyrical content, which we'll get into in a later thing, but yeah, the lyrical content of that one was inspired by that short wire thing. But what did you think of short wire when we first introduced it to you?
I thought it was mid, to be honest. Was mid.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun song.
We skipped the clean part now on live.
Yeah, that's another thing that's controversial. He pointed out that I like to do bridges, but the bridges that I like doing are very much like just changing the song into something else.
They're horrible with bridges.
So
it doesn't make any sense. The song is really, the song starts slow. It has a lot of energy in the song. It's one of the songs that has a lot of energy. It's very fast. A lot of different. I don't know what you call it. Like changes. So we did a lot of changes in the song. A lot of changes. And it's not just going back and forth. There's sometimes it's a verse, there's a chorus, then there's a bridge that we have, and then there's a verse, and then there's a chorus. And even the ending of this song it's very different than anything else that we play on the song throughout. So it's a lot of changes, a lot of memorization, and yeah, going to that slow part, the clean part that Carlos called it. It's just very difficult to follow that energy, and he tries to do it in many songs, and some of them it does work, but in songs like this one, I don't think it works.
Yeah, I think it was like kind of melts together, and I think it's kind of preachy too. It feels like it's a little like, I guess it's on the nose. It's like just kind of saying it. So we started to omit it from the live stuff. So when we start playing live, we're gonna not play that part. And the thing is, like, I personally just can't remember the dates. I only know 4/20/1999. That's it. That's the only date I remember. So, and then our trouble with saying Stoneman Douglas High School. It's another thing that's pretty hard to do. So we just took that part out. Then we added that little hardcore bit instead. But yeah, short wire is a cool one. I liked it. What did you? Yeah, you brought something up that I was trying to remember. Oh yeah, this is like the first song where me and Hector like visually were like writing stuff. We were writing the riffs on a piece of paper, like going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we were just like, this is like a lot. There's like a lot of riffs. There's too many riffs, and we thought it was too many riffs at the time. When you listen to the song, you'd be like, that's not. I think there's like probably like 4 or 5 riffs in there.
About yeah.
So there's that one. Then there's a variation on it. Then there's your part, that thing. Then there's a slow down part, and then there's a hardcore riff part, and then there's a sode part. So then we started to notice that there was like a lot of riffs in. So this one has a lot of riffs in it. Then I just remember like going to Hector, like saying like, damn, this is like a lot of stuff on here, like to remember and all that stuff. But yeah, we started to work things out like that, where we would just write down a list of all the stuff, and we'll probably do like a reading of that at some point, because the list names that we come up with, I don't know. It's just whatever it sounds like, whatever I feel like it sounds like, whatever he feels like it sounds like, we just name it that, and that's the riff name. You know, my favorite is Dave Mustaine drives his car really fast into a bridge or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I forgot what it was. But yeah, so that's short wire. Anything else for short wire? What about you, Teddy Jr., Ghost Rider? Bitch.
Left nut.
Left nut, right nut. Suck his ass.
Oh, you wanna what? His what? You wanna put your what?